Welcome back, Dink, Taylor, Fleet Feet, Huntsville. Today I'm at Blevins Bike Company because I'm here with Brandon, and he's a regular watcher of the show. I found out last week. I didn't realize he stayed in tune with the show so much, so I figured we'd just bring the show to Brandon over here at Blevins. And you know, it's spring in the air, and I personally like to run a lot during the winter.
Spring or pollen in the air?
There's pollen in the air too, but I like to run all winter long and then transition with warmer weather coming. I like to get on the bike.
Why not ride all year round?
I knew you were going to say that, but
I mean, we got amazing trainers that you can get to simulate natural riding outside.
yeah, I'm sort of an outdoor, and I'm weak when it comes to being in the cold weather. But I figured this is a good time. Do y'all not see an increase in business in general this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. It's man, 3 weeks ago we had just rain, and then it stopped, and then spring hit, and everybody decided to bring their bikes in all at one time.
Of course.
Tuned and fixed, and so man, there was one day we probably had 25 repairs come in one day.
Staying busy.
So,
That's
yeah.
good. People are out moving. I was at the Hill and Crank this past weekend, and to me, that's kind of like a kickoff. It's a reminder of how bad a cycling shape I'm in. And it motivates me to get out and start cycling some more. And how do y'all keep everybody motivated around here to cycle, since you just said y'all ride year-round?
Well, in year-round riding is also dependent on the weather. So if it's cold or rainy or whatever, this past winter was really hard because it seemed like it was raining all the time. So indoor cycling is very huge. Or if you're of independent wealth and can have your winter home down in Florida or the Bahamas, that would be a good way. But really, I always feel like I gain a lot of weight during the wintertime, and then I got to fluff it off. So spring training is huge. So I say get out and ride as much as you can. Now, it doesn't have to be hard riding. It just has to be riding.
I agree.
So,
I found that out on Saturday at Hill and Crank, man. I was thinking I'm very unprepared. I've been running all winter, which running does keep you in good shape for other sports, actually, including cycling. So I held up okay, but I was thinking if I had just been riding consistently 2 or 3 days a week, I'd have been in way better shape for Hill and Crank. But we had a good time out there. We actually got rained on the bike. But we had Hill and Crank this past weekend. It was fun times. Weather, I thought it was actually good running weather too, because it didn't get warm to that afternoon. We had the Obesity 4K walk.
Yeah.
They stayed dry as well, didn't they?
No, I think they stayed dry, but it rained right at the end.
And then we were at the Superheroes 5K Sunday afternoon, where the wind was just crazy windy all day. But it was, it was a pretty day. And I was there. And what have we got coming up this week?
Oh my goodness.
We got a fun run on Thursday at Fleet
Yep,
Feet, correct?
Spring Fling, and Brooks is sponsoring that, so they're bringing some fun things. Then we have Packet Pickup 2 on Friday, Cookie Dash.
So Cookie Dash is coming up this weekend. Do you know, or is there available spots still in that run?
I don't think so.
So Cookie Dash, for you
think
folks
it's
that have
sold out.
run the Cookie Dash before, always been a morning race. Well, this year there was some conflict with the police, so they're going to do a 4 p.m. start. So you folks, you're out of your routine a little bit. If you run Cookie Dash every year, it is at 4 p.m. this year.
That sounds nice. I hate 7 a.m. runs.
Me too!
Well,
Or 8 a.m. runs right out. But
here's your opportunity. 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
For the Cookie Dash. It's out in Hampton Cove at the middle school there. Probably one of the flattest, fastest 5K courses in the area.
And the time change did not change. They actually have more participants this year than they did last year. So
And this
that
is
didn't
this
even
is
change.
Easter
That's because of
weekend.
4 p.m.
So maybe this will start a new trend. We worked with the police department, and we settled on 4 p.m. There's something else going on that morning.
Get a nap in before the run. It's
You
great.
can sleep in, and like I said, you got to plan your eating a little different for those 4 p.m. races. But just don't eat anything heavy before you go into the Cookie Dash, and I'll be there running. Now, we have our fun run on Thursdays. What do y'all have around here to get people involved in cycling?
So Wednesdays we have our Speedway Sunset Cruise, and what's great about that is it's it's a very mellow and chill ride. It's a no rider left behind. What we try to do is use that as an opportunity to teach and train, and just have fun and socialize. So it's not necessarily a difficult ride. It's for some though it's challenging. So there's some people who've never ridden maybe 20 miles before. This is their opportunity to do that, and to do that with other cyclists who are experienced and can help them along. But we have two distance options, so a 16 and then a 23 mile. And
this is on Wednesday nights?
Wednesday nights, we leave, beginning May 1st, we'll be rolling out at 6 p.m. Right now, until the end of April, it'll be 5:30, and that's just to help out with light. But in May, we'll move it to 6 p.m. Hopefully, we'll get some more people.
Oh, how many of y'all got showing up for that now?
And we've got about, last week we had 37.
Wow, great turnout.
Bring their own bike?
They bring their own bike, yeah.
And we're on Whitesburg Drive, Blevins Bicycle Company, Wednesdays. You said 5:30 right now?
Right now, 5:30. We roll out 5:30 here at Blevins Bicycle Company, and then come back and
Do y'all hand out directions, or is it just y'all stay together?
we stay together. So there are people who post on Strava, and I'll post it on our Facebook site this week what the route is. But we really try to stay together. If I see, I'm the ride leader, so if I see somebody kind of hanging behind, I'll go back there with them and hang with them and encourage them. And
So it's beginner friendly then?
very beginner friendly,
Do
absolutely.
y'all have any age limits or anything like that on?
Well, not necessarily. My son, who's 12, he's come out and has ridden. Last one he rode, he hadn't been riding in a while, and he did the 23, and he couldn't wait to get home and get some pizza. So it was really fun. But he's a little bit better than most people who, mainly because I ride, he rides.
Got you.
But yeah, there's no necessarily age limits as long as they can do it, and that's why we have the 16 mile. I think any 10-year-old, 12-year-old could probably do the 16 mile.
So
easily.
that 16 miles are roughly a little over an hour, I would say.
Right, yeah.
So,
Now with that, the young age, bike handling kind of comes into that. So riding in a group dynamic, we kind of work on that with people.
Very good.
You don't have to be perfect. We keep a pretty large gap for people who are not used to riding next to people. So we try to make it easy and fair and fun for
sounds
everybody.
like a good opportunity for
I have
somebody
a
to start
question.
cycling on Wednesdays, 5:30 right here at Blevins, huh?
So I know you and Suzanne are good about maintaining your bikes, but for most people like myself, I don't get my bike out until now. Do you recommend people come and get it serviced?
Yes,
each year?
absolutely. This time of year, where you're trying to start your workouts and training, I always say either at the beginning of the season or the end of the season. So if you do it at the end of the season,
Okay.
you're ready to go.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it. If you do it at the beginning, then you pretty much have all seasons and know that your bike's in fairly good shape. And then proper maintenance, definitely during is huge and crucial. So cleaning the bike, lubing the chain. There's a lot of people don't realize how quickly chains and tires can wear. So if you're a triathlete and you've got a pretty serious training program, you're going to need a new chain and new tires halfway through the season.
I believe that. I'm a firm believer. You can always tell when you got a new chain on your bike. Feels good.
It does.
So let's change gears. Did
Oh,
y'all watch
gosh.
the Boston Marathon?
Change gears.
Did y'all watch the
Pun
Boston Marathon yesterday?
No, I watched Notre Dame though go up in smoke.
Yeah, I did
That's
see
sad.
that. I think
but-
they're going to recover it. I think they're going to build it better and bigger, and they saved all the important things. But the Boston Marathon, I don't know. I had it on, of course, and unbelievable finish. The elite, the way they start that race is the fast guys start first, or actually the ladies first, and then the guys, and then and then finally you get to the normal people. By the time they get to the normal people yesterday, I think they had to deal with warm and sunny conditions, and I noticed a lot of people crashing and burning after that 18-mile marker. That's where you hit all the hills there, 18 through 23, Heartbreak Hill.
What did the temperature start at?
So for the elite men's race, I noticed the temperature was around maybe 57 degrees and cloudy. The streets were wet, and they said it was humid, but it came down to 2 Kenyans and an Ethiopian, and unbelievable. They were literally 2 of them sprinting the last 50 meters after running 26.1 miles. With that last 10th, they were sprinting, and they both ran 2:07:58, which for you people out there, that's 4 minutes and 52 seconds per mile average. Unbelievable.
I used to do that.
I ran a 1:4:52 mile back when I was in my 20s, and I thought I was going to die after that 1 mile. They're doing it for 26. I don't know how, but Boston Marathon, legendary race.
That's a hard thing to train for. Is like you start at one temperature, run for ever, and then at the end, how do you plan for like shedding of
I don't think
clothing
you can.
and material to
The
to
real
compensate for the
secret
heat?
for that is to carry some salt and be ready to prepare. Most people don't think about salt when it's cool that morning, and then it turns off warm, and they're depleted of electrolytes, and they didn't probably take enough, and they didn't change their race plan, and they get out too fast and don't adjust for the heat. A lot of people whine and cry about cold and rain, but I'm here to tell you, you will run better in cold and rain than you will on a warm day. And I'm sure you can look at the times yesterday, and they seem to be off for a lot of average people. But Boston Marathon, I think, was that the 123rd annual or something crazy, oldest, most historic, best marathon in the world. I've run it a few times. I enjoy that race, but it's a tough course. People don't realize when they get to Boston it's going to be hilly, and it is. But anyway, y'all got to keep moving. Come out here on 5:30 on Wednesday. That's tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow night.
If you want to get in a bike ride, get your bicycling going for the spring and summer. Thursday night we run at Fleet Feet. 6 o'clock. I think we got beer and refreshments afterwards. We'll see y'all then. Keep moving, folks.